Good afternoon. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tyrone Paylor, and I'm the first assistant with the Federal Defender's Office. And whether it's been 50 years since Gideon or 76 years since Zert, the fact that a critical need to ensure fairness in our justice system was recognized and has moved our system closer to perfection deserves recognition. Can you imagine a situation where these landmark cases were not in existence? Can you imagine the number of wrongfully convicted innocent people that will be sitting in jail as we speak? Can you imagine a situation where prison overcrowding would be substantially greater but for these landmark cases? Now, we all have represented those who have been poor. And we know poor comes in a variety of flavors. We have the working poor, we have the educated poor, we have those who are poor by choice, and we have the poor and the illiterate, just to name a few. But the work that we do to defend the indigent and the poor is critical. It's not always reflected by those that we represent with the thank yous, but every day we do our job competently. The thanks that we get comes from our justice system, because we know we're serving a portion of the justice system that benefits the public. It bestows trust in our system, and the work we do is appreciated. Now, Mr. Quinn made a comment during his presentation about a defendant that Mr. Lorenzi had, who he had a week-long trial with, and the defendant wouldn't talk with him. That brought to mind a situation where a couple colleagues in my office, Mr. Germany and Ms. Mary Kay German Robinson, they had a trial with a defendant that would not talk with them, who was so belligerent that he did not attend the trial in court, and they represented him to an acquittal. This is a man that would not cooperate at all, did not appear in court at all, and they're still waiting for that thank you from him. And it's not going to come. But nevertheless, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge a few people. First, I'd like to acknowledge the Federal Defender's Office and the Federal Bar for sponsoring this CLE. I'd like to thank Ms. Holt for all the work that she's done in putting together this CLE and the other CLE programs that she's put together since she's taken the position of Federal Defender. So let's give Ms. Holt a hand. I'd also like to thank each of the program participants for donating their time, their energy, and their efforts, and their excitement to bringing forth such a different kind of CLE. It's much appreciated. We know that the judges that are in attendance, Judge Donald, Judge Folks, Chief Judge Brings, Judge Anderson, Judge Fromm, and those that were here earlier, Judge McCullough and Judge Mays, we know your schedules are very busy. There are a lot of time constraints you have. We appreciate you taking the time from your schedules to attend and participate in this event. Thank you all. We'd like to also thank each of you for attending this program on Good Friday. We know you didn't have to come, but we hope that you gathered something from this program that benefits you, that keeps you encouraged in the fight that you put forth for those that are not as fortunate as others. And with that said, I'd like to thank perhaps the most important portion or the most important part of this all. And I'd like to thank God for blessing America. I like to thank God for taking the time to put it on our hearts to pledge an allegiance or to pledge our allegiance to this cause, representing those who cannot afford to be represented otherwise. And I know our food is ready. So at this time, I'd like to thank God for the food.